Hello again, I'm Ephraim225, and this is the first in a series I will be doing on a ROM hack project that I have been involved in for the past couple of months. This is Mangsvance Wars, the Advance Wars 2 ROM hack featuring COs created and submitted by Mangs viewers and voted on by Mangs viewers. And I gotta say, these guys have come up with some of the most creative CO ideas I've ever seen, and I am more than happy to have been the programmer to implement this all into the game. But also, shoutouts to our artists Gatitasecsii and Hillgarm, and also shoutouts to Wild Matsu and Gatitasecsii who wrote most of the music. I myself wrote this intro theme as well, and I also wrote the theme for the CO that I will be using in these videos. My own personal creation for this project. Oh yes, I got to create a CO as well. I'm the programmer, so I guess I have a bit of privilege there, but I hope you won't mind if I use her in these videos. So, in this ROM hack, you can play through the vanilla Advance Wars 2 campaign. We didn't really have time to create a custom campaign, because that's asking quite a lot, and we just wanted to make the COs playable and let you guys play with the game. Like, we didn't want to make you guys wait for all this extra content to get implemented, so you can play through the vanilla campaign with the new COs. They all replace one of the original COs in this game story. So on the first map, for example, you have Orwell versus Folter, because they both replace Andy and Flack, respectively. And there are also only about 10 War Room maps, so for this video series, I'm going to be playing through those, and then when the next version gets released and we have more content to show off, I will show off those maps as well, so let's get into it. Kartal and myself worked on the maps for this game. First up is a map that I created, White Moon, featuring Gustav as the enemy CO. And the CO that I will be using is my own personal creation, Lily the Magic Rabbit. Yes, it had to be a magic rabbit, didn't it? She is actually a character from the indie projects that I've worked on. I have a couple of indie games under my belt. You can check those out at gamejolt.com/@Ephraim225. And Lily is basically just me flexing my programming muscles, because I created some really interesting powers for her. I'll get into that as soon as the map starts. So here we go. First up is White Moon, and this map is very much chess-themed. As you can see, it's a bit of a checkerboard here. And that's because I feel that Gustav is pretty much a chess-themed CO. Like, I don't really know if that was the intention, but you've got a Blue Moon CO with a power revolving around promoting and demoting his own units, so that reminded me of chess in a lot of ways. So you can see that the HQs are placed near where the kings would be in chess, and there's very much a checkerboard pattern here. So that was an interesting map to create. So let's introduce the COs. I'll start with the enemy CO first. Gustav. His abilities are a bit all over the place. His mechs cost a little more, and his tanks have extra vision. All of his units cost a little bit less, not as much as Colin's unit prices, but he does get a bit of a discount there. His air and naval units are weakened. We basically added that so he would have a weak point. And that's not going to matter here, though, because there are no airports and ports, so whatever. His regular power, I had to make it so that his AI rarely used this power, because before I changed his AI to not use this as much, he would frequently waste it. It only restores units, it only restores the HP of mechs, rockets, and medium tanks, and then demotes them into their weaker forms, but they have to be significantly damaged in order for it to even work. So I just said, let's not make him use this as much. Let's make it so he rarely activates it, so that way he won't waste it. But his superpower, though, is definitely a major threat. It turns all of his infantry, tanks, and artillery into mechs, medium tanks, and rockets, respectively, and it costs 9 stars, so the idea behind this map will be to beat him before he gets to this power, because if he gets to this power, you're going to be dealing with a lot of strong units. Now, as for my CO, Lily, she is based around transporting units. So, for her regular power, this is actually a mechanic from Game Boy Wars 3. Lily has the ability to move units immediately after dropping them, but only if they weren't loaded into the transport in the same turn. So this is basically a mechanic that exists in Game Boy Wars 3, because everyone knows I'm obsessed with that game, I guess. So yeah, I thought that would be an interesting ability for her. And for her regular power, it gives her the ability to build mechs inside of transports. That probably sounds a little weird, but it's basically inspired by Days of Ruin and how you could build seaplanes inside of the carrier, so it's a bit like that. And they're also heavily discounted mechs, so if you want to build a lot of mechs, basically use this power and you can do that. Now as for her super, this I'm particularly proud of. It teleports her foot soldiers into her transporter units. They can also capture faster and move right away after being dropped. So it's definitely a very interesting way to do a sort of victory march, even though it's not exactly a victory march because it's not an insta-cap. But yeah, that'll be quite the spectacle when it comes out. So hopefully we'll be able to use that. Let's get started with this map. First thing to do, of course, is to capture those neutral bases, because they're going to be very important. I've played this a couple of times, and Gustav, like, I left his AI. His AI is not altered in any way. It's basically Olaf's AI from Advance Wars 2. Which means you can expect the usual from Gustav, but he very much throws me for a loop sometimes. Sometimes he will send units where I don't expect them to be. So that'll be annoying to deal with. You've really got to be prepared in advance for what he might throw at you. So there's a tank coming at me. I guess I'm going to build some tanks myself. No transporters quite yet. I have no idea where that recon is going to go. Okay, so they're both going towards the neutral bases. So the way the AI works in Advance Wars 2 is that it always tries to go after the nearest properties that it's able to capture. So you can see that they're going back to these properties in order to capture them. And these units are also staying near the infantry because they're also programmed to go after the properties that they are able to capture that are closest to them. Like, even if they aren't capturing units. Like, they don't rush straight towards the enemy units all the time. So we can set up a bit of a guard post here, if you will, and I will also get my first transport of the match. Only APCs available on this map. I have a feeling that Lily is going to be very, very useful in the Navy maps because you can use her ability with landers in any ground unit you wish. Okay, so we went for a rocket up here. That's a little unusual. Normally it would be down here, his first rocket. You can see how he kind of throws me for a loop because I never know where he's going to build anything. But hey, if it lets me get over to him a little bit quicker and capture that HQ, then fine, I'll do that. So he's definitely going to build something down here next, I think. So, I am going to try and diversify my army a little bit, because when I play war room maps, I typically end up using just a bunch of B-copters and tanks and infantry and stuff, like the same 3 units over and over again. So I want to try and diversify a little, so that's why I built the APC and the artillery. Well, I also built the APC because that ties into the CO I'm using, but yeah, I really think I should be using them a little bit more. Alright, so we built a tank down here. Now, I could attack straight away. I don't know if I want to do that yet, though. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down here and drop and capture. And the tank is definitely going to go for the capturing infantry because that's just how the AI works. They love going after units that are trying to capture something. As for the units up here, they will continue to get at the cities. I'll build another one here, and I can get one more unit that's not an infantry. I think I will get a backup tank, because we might have to defend this area as well. He's already sending a rocket and an anti-air that way. It's very common for him to do that. These tanks are probably going to be attacking the enemy tanks, so I'll put them in this forest for now. Being able to capture those 2 bases in the south would be very, very useful, so let's hope he keeps ignoring them. Ah, he attacked from the city. I probably should have blocked him from doing that. Alright, so he's very much ignoring the south. It's not something I see from Gustav usually. He could potentially build a medium tank down here. I'm not sure, like, what would determine it. It's probably just luck. But rabbits are very lucky, so I guess this works out nicely. I am getting very lucky so far. So should I drop straight away? I don't know if he's going to build anything. I don't need to drop straight away, because of course Lily can move units immediately after they are dropped, but you still have to spend the APC's action in order to drop. So always bear that in mind. The tank is going to go here. In this position, the tank could go north or south if it needs to. And up here, I think I'll make the next tank, let's see. The south is probably fine for now, so let's reinforce the top a little bit. Gustav's theme is the map editor theme. We did not make a unique theme for him. I think it's fitting. But a unique theme is always welcome when we are able to make them. Not every CO has a unique theme. Alright, so he did build a rocket and a recon down here. So this is going to get a little bit interesting. I can finish off this capture. And very annoyingly, this tank is actually blocking me. I don't think it matters too much, though, because I could go and attack like this. Yeah, that would do a decent amount of damage. But I would love to get this tank out of the way so that the second tank can come in and finish off the rocket. I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and do this. Drop the infantry. And, well, oh wow, it lived on 1 health. So you can see that another change that we made is that you can see the exact amount of health every unit has left. So this rocket is freshly built. It starts at 99. And this tank is now at 0 health, which actually means it's at 1 health because it's showing from 0 to 99 instead of 1 to 100. Because if you make it display 100 next to that little heart, it makes a little bit of a visual bug. So I just wanted to, I just said, let's just make it from 0 to 99. It's, it looks better that way. So very unluckily, this thing lived on 1 HP. 0.1 HP, you might say. Alright, so I guess I'm not lucky all the time is what I'm saying. And now I'm just trying to figure out what to do next, because this is not a situation I get into all the time. Alright, a medium tank is coming this way, so maybe I should try and get some artilleries going on this side. That is what I will do. Maybe another transporter. I don't really need another transporter right now. Let's see if the recon decides to go for either the APC or the artillery. I would really like it to go for the APC, to be honest. Yeah, let's get another APC. I feel like it. Alright, he's got his regular power ready, but as I said, his AI rarely uses it with the change I made. Okay, so he went for the APC with a rocket. That's nice. At least he didn't go for anything important. Taking a couple of hits down there. And he's got a second rocket? This is very unusual. I have no idea what the computer does in this map. But I guess I have to, adapt. I can at least destroy this rocket. Definitely enough damage to be able to do that. And I can either block his base or damage the rocket. I think I will block his base. My regular power is ready. Oh, I know what let's do. Let's see, this APC can get all the way over here. I know what I'm going to do. For my next trick, all your units will disappear, except they won't, because her abilities really make all of my units disappear. So yes, with this, I can... Oh, Transporter also gets some extra move. So, during Lily's regular power, the build command is available. And by using it, boom! She's got a mech inside now. Now, this does count as a built unit, don't worry. So, now what? I want to prevent as many losses as possible, so I think what I'm going to do is combine these two infantry. I think that will... Oh, the rocket could destroy it, but maybe the recon will go for a different unit. And, I guess I could build another one in this APC. There we go. I would love to show off her super at some point, but maybe not in this video, because I've already used the regular power. We'll combine these, destroy this, and finish capturing there. Now I need to make sure... Well, of course, the medium tank obviously has to go for the capturing infantry, so I'll just put the artillery there. Let's see here. Should I move this anywhere? That's completely safe. The medium tank is not going to fire at it for any reason. So the infantry can go over here. And I guess the tank stays up here. It's not really doing much. Okay, so I would like another artillery here. I guess more tanks to finish off the southern part of the map. Build all of this. Alright, Gustav, you got a counterplay? Ah, the recon also went for the capturing infantry. There were a bunch over there. I should have realized that. Okay, so I guess I can start capturing the HQ now. Because Lily's able to move her units immediately after they get off the transporter. So I don't think there's anything he can do at this point. I've basically stolen the game at this point. Like magic, right? Let's get rid of this rocket. And maybe... How much HP does this thing have left? Okay, if this doesn't destroy the tank, I will be very upset. Yeah, there we go. It had exactly 1 health left. There was no way it was going to live. So this basically guarantees my power score. I've destroyed quite a number of units. Oh, and that mech that I built earlier can also fire at this recon. And do this. So yeah, there's no way I don't have 100 power at this point. Which just leaves technique, in which case I haven't lost a single unit. What do you know? So I'm going to fire at this tank in order to weaken it further. It shouldn't be able to destroy anything now. And as for speed... Oh, I forgot to mention that you can also check the terms in each war room map in order to see what the speed limit is. So the time limit for this map is 17 days, and we're on day 10. Wow, it's going to be an 11-turn victory. Not bad at all. So I'm pretty happy with this turnout. This was a very good showing of Lily's abilities. Oh, and Gustav's almost got his super ready. Wouldn't it have been devastating if he'd actually used it? Very bizarre sequence of moves from him, though. And he also built a Neo-Tank, because by this point he usually has enough money for a Neo-Tank. Well, I've lost 1 unit so far, but no matter. I don't need to do anything else. Let's just finish the map. That is White Moon completed in 11 turns, and this should be an S rank. Oh yeah, on the victory screen there's a voice clip of Mangs saying mission complete. But that was in fact a 300-point S rank. See you next show, everybody! Which is going to be the next map in just a little bit. Because I plan on doing about 2 maps per video. I think that's a pretty solid, it's a pretty solid amount of content for a video. Alright, on to the next map, which is called Black Jungle. This map was created by Kartal, and I gotta say that Kartal really goes above and beyond when he makes maps for Advance Wars 2. We have a custom tile set that adds new shoal tiles. They aren't any different from regular shoals, but they can be placed in different ways so that they look a lot nicer than they originally did. And that's all by Kartal. And he's also altered the AI. You can't really get the AI to move away from its usual tendencies, but you can alter the build order of their units, and you can also alter what attacks they like to make. So Kartal's done a lot of work with that, and he's made a custom AI for this map. So that'll be interesting to look at. Not sure Lily is the best choice for this map, but then again, she probably wasn't for the previous map either. Alright, so the enemy CO is named Sky, and she is a rain-based CO. We never really had a rain-based CO in Advance Wars. I guess Drake kind of counts, but he didn't really have any bonuses in rain itself. So let's take a look at Sky. She is the twin brother of Hawk. For some reason, a lot of submitted COs were, like, related to Hawk in some way. So I don't know what's up with that. But hey, we got a rain CO. She gets plus 30 attack in rainy weather and ignores the negative effects of rain. I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't even know what rain does, and I'm not even sure I do too. But all I know is that in Dual Strike, rain creates Fog of War, and it was seriously annoying. So her powers, they just cause rain for 1 turn, and the superpower gives her units plus 2 move in addition to the rain. So, not really the most exciting CO, but I guess it should be interesting to play against her. There's definitely a lot of spots where rain would hinder your movement. And the map design itself is also interesting because you actually have a bunch of bases surrounding Sky in the center, whereas normally it would be you in the center with enemies surrounding you. So that's a bit interesting. Let's get this underway. First thing to do, of course, is to capture these bases. And you're also going to want to get to the silos as soon as possible. I don't think you can stop her from launching this silo in particular, but we might be able to stop her. Sky also has a custom music track that's made by Wild Matsu, I think. Is there a way to stop her from getting this silo? I don't know for sure. Anyways, Sky also has an airport, so that's also going to cause trouble. So, first thing to do is to get to that base. And if I can use the silo to hinder her a little bit, then all the better. So I think what I'm going to make is... Do I want a tank? It's pretty early for a tank, but I think I will get one right now. The sooner the better. Oh yeah, there's no way you can stop that silo from getting launched. I really don't think there's a way. So, when it comes to silos, the AI is very, very strange. I'm going to put this tank here. If I put it in this position, then I don't think... Oh, in that position it could launch at the tank and the infantry at the same time, but no matter. It's too late now. I don't really know if there's a way to stop... to control, rather, where the AI launches their silos. So... Also, infantry prioritize silos over capturable bases. Did you know that? I don't think I want to launch this straight away, but I will stay on the silo, because even if the infantry gets attacked, I can still launch the silo. It doesn't matter how much HP you have when you're launching a silo. Alright. Let's see what Sky does. It goes for the tank, but it doesn't get the infantry along with it. That is very odd. Oh, and the tank went for the infantry for some reason. But the AI has succumbed to a glitch. Because, as you can see, these two units are now completely stuck. They're not going to move off those cities at all, and they're not even going to attack either. Because the thing about the AI is, a well-known glitch in Advance Wars 2, or at least well-known these days, is that when the AI has a unit on the city and an infantry within 3 spaces of that city, the unit is not moving off of that city, and it's not going to try and attack the infantry unit either. So, that's a glitch in the AI. It's also present in Advance Wars 1, and it even works with airports in Advance Wars 1 as well. So that's interesting. But Sky now has a B-copter, so if it goes for the infantry, it could get destroyed, and then the glitch would no longer work. Because with no infantry, the AI is going to move off the city again. Let's see here. The B-copter's got all of her units covered, so I think what I want to do is take this tank, and... Well, the infantry here is going to get attacked by the other infantry, so I need to stop that somehow. At the cost of losing my B-copter. So what do I do? Oh, I also have a silo, so I think what I'm going to do is... And this is going to look really weird, I know, but I'm going to launch the silo at these two infantry. Not the B-copter. The B-copter would just go back to 9 health anyways. And then I can do some more damage. That infantry won't be attacking. And I know the B-copter is going to be on the right side of the map now, so that's where I'll build the anti-air. I'm gonna need to really defend this infantry as it captures. I think I've got the base secured as long as it doesn't get damaged. But we'll see what happens. I don't have a clear game plan for this map. Oh, the infantry's joined! That's actually very good. I was gonna say I don't have a clear game plan, but I guess that solved itself. Alright, so the B-copter is definitely going for the capturing infantry now, so I can retreat the tank. What else? I can send some infantry over to the left to capture those properties. And this attack, I guess I'll do it. And as you can see, these two did absolutely nothing, and they're going to stay there doing absolutely nothing. Sometimes being like Luigi doesn't secure you the win. But these guys could come over here and attack, so I guess an infantry here was not the most sound choice. But I do need some infantry, and I need a transporter now, because once I have that base secured, I'm going to try and capture something in the center there. It's going to be difficult, though, because that's where all the units are coming from. Get you out of the way. And the tank is coming this way now, so... Let's see here. Should I repair this tank? Well, I definitely want to get rid of this infantry. And, There's a tank incoming. Where is it going to go? That's the question. Well, I can make tanks here now, and I think that stops the anti-air from getting attacked as well. As long as they keep going right, I think I'm okay. And I have the airport now, so that's something. This neutral base, I don't know if anyone would ever capture that neutral base. I do not see it being used in any significant fashion. Okay. Very soon she might decide to cause some rain, and the anti-air is going left. But that's fine. She's got a new B-copter. And at this point, I think it's safe to take this infantry and not take it all the way away. I want to get it away from that anti-air. I think if I move here, then I'm safe. Yeah, I'm safe. And it'll even go after the capturing infantry. I don't know if Kartal, like, intended for the player to use all of these AI manipulations, but they are pretty significant, so making use of them is recommended. Of course, the fight on the right side of the map is going to be a bit tricky. Because now what do I do? I could have the anti-air attack here. I'll take some damage. Well, I'll take 1 damage. And then I think I will get a mech ready to be transported. Is a mech a good idea here? Yeah, it's fine. I'm handling most of these enemies pretty well. Let's see here. The B-copter's got the artillery covered, so I don't want to attack it quite yet. So just keep moving for those cities on the left. And here I definitely want to get a tank here. That's definitely what I need. Up here in infantry. And I guess I can start repairing this tank. I better guard the base as well. Now she said good luck with the mud. I'm gonna need some luck with the mud. Well, there you go. Rain. And she gets an attack boost here as well, so she could cause a lot of damage. And she's really building a lot of B-copters as well. That's interesting. Okay. So as you can see, movement is definitely hindered in rain. It does do something, and that was very lucky of the B-copter. But I should be able to... Well, I didn't do any damage there. This artillery is really weird. I mean, it's not really able to aim at anything, so it basically just walked right into the infantry there. And I have the regular power ready. I don't really need it. I guess I could use it, and then... Well, the APC isn't going to move very far anyway, so let's just load it up and get it ready to go on the next turn. And I'll combine these. And the tank can... well, I'll keep the tank on the HQ. These 2 cities are going to get captured. I think I'm just going to ignore them. Okay. Stay here to lock those units on the city. While at the same time, the infantry can't destroy it quite yet. I've really got to figure out a way to deal with those once they get unfrozen. Okay. I'm going to have these 2 bases secure. At least the money is good. I better get some more tanks up here, and I need some kind of reinforcements over here as well. Like maybe it's time to start building mechs out of that base. Alright then. Let's see what she does next. Hurt my technique score, that's what she's gonna do next. And the B-copter is actually going for the infantry in the north. Okay, that's interesting. And she's got a rocket in the center as well. Doing all of that to get rid of the artillery. And just combining units so I don't have a strike against me on the technique score. So get rid of this anti-air. That's a good thing. Should I attack? I think I will. I need to restore the HP of this infantry for security. Or insurance, rather. Alright, I guess the anti-air has to go up this way now in order to fight off that B-copter. Let's see. That space isn't covered, is it? It is not. Okay, if the APC could get close enough, then I could drop and instantly start capturing, but I cannot get close enough. Or how much does the regular power give? 2 extra spaces. Nah, still not enough. Well, I could move up here. Well, that still wouldn't be enough. Okay, so I have to wait until next turn. Let's see here. I'm just ignoring all of these infantry. It's so weird. I think I'm good for now. Let's get another tank. And I'm really just spamming all of these infantry for technique insurance. I'm not sure how good I'm doing on power. I think I should be fine. On artillery as well. But the HQ itself is still in the blind spot of these units. So I think I've just won? Yeah, the B-copter can't make it. So I'm probably going to lose a couple of units here. But I think I've got him. Guys, I think Lily might be overpowered. But I'm sure people will let me know once they start playing as her. Of course, this is a very, very new idea for a CO. I had no idea if this was going to be balanced or not. I think that is all I need to do. I think I'm going to lose a unit, but I have 30 units built. Oh, destroy this for power. I have no idea how many units I've destroyed, so I guess we'll see. I also could have used the airport to build a T-copter if I wanted, but I didn't get to it in time for it to really come into play. That airport is a little bit out of the way, if I gotta be honest. Alright, so technique should be good. I've only lost 2 units. Power, I don't know where it's going to be, so I think I just have to capture and... Oh, I should view the time limit for this map. 17 turns. I think Kartal suggested that, or maybe I did, I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and finish the map. Black Jungle completed in 11 turns, and hopefully with a perfect S. Yeah, there we go. I perfect S-ranked your map, Kartal. Don't worry, though, Kartal maps are very, very challenging. Especially some of the later ones. So we'll see how all that plays out. For now, this has been the first 2 maps of Mangsvance Wars, and next time we will take on the twins. I'll see you for that. Later, everybody.